Hello, friends. We're back with Control. We are going to be playing um, the DLC. We just beat the game. It was really awesome. So I think we're going to get started in doing the DLCs, which are... yeah, I'll do that. Sorry, we're in the containment incursion. No. Yeah, we'll get rid of that one. I think we're going to... I forget what the place is called. Like... Okay, we can do that one. Um... Kill enemies using melee. Yeah, sure, that should be easy. Okay. Let's do some upgrading, I suppose. Ring. Ring. What is this? Okay, so we still need some stuff. Jukebox tokens. I think we got plenty of those. Didn't we have like 24 of them or something? Does it tell me anywhere? Collectibles? Oh, hotline.
My reflection trapped in the darkness of the coffee I nurse. The rain turns the lights of the city into a mosaic on the windows. The day's paper lists all the things wrong in the world. The list grows longer by the day. The difference between the morning and the night: coffee, whiskey, no other difference. The alarm goes off at 5 a.m. It feels like I just closed my eyes. It's dark. I sit up on the bed in the gloom. I get up, I shower. The driver waits for me downstairs, takes me to the oldest house. An old man stares at me in the car window. It's raining. It's dark. Late at night, he brings me back here. It's not a home, it's a room where I sleep in, waking up just as tired as I was before going to bed. Endless grind.
Sounds like a great job.
We used the slide projector. I led the expeditions into Slidescape 36. They told me not to go. The director should not put himself in danger. I told them to fuck off. I've seen action before, and I had to witness this myself. To find some meaning in all of this, I couldn't sit on my ass, alone with my thoughts, my memories. Anything but that. Those who survived were deeply affected by what we found there, by what Darling brought back. It changed everything. Whether that's a good thing or a bad thing remains to be seen. But I did find my meaning in that desert. A sound, like a needle drilling in, cutting through the containment suit, reverberating on the base of my skull. My whole being. Darling said it was nothing, but he was wrong. It's been there ever since, growing into a certainty, into an understanding of what's at stake here, what kind of a threat we're facing, and what must be done to stop it.
Let's see something. Sorry about that. Okay, the board foundation. Okay, I think that's how I start the DLC, but expansion. I'm gonna save the Wake one for later. Okay. Multimedia. Don't think we care about any of these. We're missing 8? Oh my god. No, we read these. Yeah, we read all these. Lomile lumps, holiday humps. The sauna is warm, the beer is cold, the katsu is in the ice. Ati. Oh, this is him on vacation. It's funny. Director Faden photograph. Okay, cool. Alright, so I think the foundation talked to the board.
Everything's good here, Director.
Okay, so we gotta go to the hotline, which is this away. No. Oh, I can't. Lame.
Hope wants a full physical examination of Dylan Faden, specifically looking for any physiological abnormalities.
Abnormalities?
Director. She wants to...
Yeah. Oh, it sucks I can't use any of my abilities here.
Director Faden did a fine job handling this, especially Jesse Faden, Director of the Federal Bureau of Control. I still don't quite believe it. But you always knew where we were headed.
Come here, baby. There you go. I'm coming. I'm coming.
Even if it was a dream, I feel Darling reached out to me through the hotline. I have a feeling he and Trench won't be the only callers from the beyond. Problem in the foundation. That was Ati's vacation spot. We need to check this out.
Oh, did he vacation in the foundation? Did I miss that? Somebody put in a maintenance request. in the restricted area. Okay, we're going back down. Or can we just go straight to the Foundation spot? Wasn't there a thing down there? Yeah, let's try that. Let's see where we get.
Dark, quiet, trans-dimensional. This place really suits Ahti. So that etching is the door.
For the tree.
Okay, let's try opening it.
We're going in. I'm scared. I'm scared. I've heard these DLCs are harder than the main game.
No time for sightseeing. The board said this was an emergency. Looks like no one's been down here in a while.
What? That's. Oh yeah, these things are growing. Okay.
Crystals are kind of pretty. Emily would be having a field day down here.
My life's been a strange one. Certainly stranger than I'd like. But this place, it's something else. The floors crawl, the walls slither. It's a shifting pit. On the street, it's just another drab building standing there for anyone to see. But no one does. How did we miss it? Northmore. Acting director in Northmore now is on a train from Washington. He'll expect answers, which is why I'm making these tapes. They're evidence that I'm at least trying to understand. Father searched his entire life for something like this, and we find it 1 week after he's buried. He always hated irony. Of course, Father, the great director, Ash, would have been the first man in. And look at me, his bookworm son, the supposed head of research who can't stop his legs from shaking long enough to step over the threshold.
Scary stuff, man. I get it. That's why you just gotta go blast them.
The Foundation. Bottom of the old intel. Stop the hiss.
Marshall? How was she on the hotline? Unless she's dead. Jesus. She seemed like the kind of woman who could survive anything.
Oh yeah, have we not seen her? Yeah, I didn't recall seeing her for a while. Gotcha. Oh. Is that not tough high enough? Interesting. Okay. Okay. Oh good, you don't die permanently down here? That's nice. Interesting. So how do we solve this problem? Do you get another ability down here that allows you to Or can you climb? Is that what that represents? Is that what these things are? No. Okay. Okay, well, I guess I'll come back to that. Or I gotta kill some with melee. Okay, so there must be an ability to destroy these rocks. Maybe build some rocks? Then I can get up to that other place. Oh! Damn, okay. These guys are tougher. I'm gonna try to get this melee one out of the way as quickly as I can. Hit him, please.
Pickaxes now.
Okay, when they are mind controlled, they don't count.
Those structures. Is that the astral plane? How is that possible? This is worse than I thought.
What
I need to figure out what's going on.
Okay. Relocation order. No. Tom, you missed the good news. I'm sure the official memo will go out soon, but Northmark called in all hands on the crossroads to announce we're finally moving out of this hellhole and up to the house proper. Bureau brass apparently solved the moving walls problem, or at least figured out a way to pinpoint where and when they happen. All I know is going up means goodbye darkness, goodbye weird lunches with the ex-Nazi scientist, and goodbye pissing into the pit. I know that was you, Barry. Northmore's ordering the Foundation sealed as soon as we haul our stuff out, and someone convince Ash to come with us. He's the only one kicking up a fuss. This is long overdue. We've lost 11 men and damn near $10,000 in supplies moving between the entrance and the Foundation. And for what? Research? Ash is batty if he thinks we want to stay here and sift through more sand for him. It's just rusted iron flakes anyway. Did you know that? We are breathing that shit in. But I do not want to do that. Back to the Foundation. Okay, yeah, there's got to be a way to get rid of that stuff. Little tricksy devil over here. Another one of these. Okay. So that's definitely some sort of ability I'm going to earn. Oops. Foundation accent, Mr. Wilder. I have some bad news. You remember that Robert Ricardo fellow we brought in as a special consultant to map the lower caves? Well, today he found a chamber with weird eyes covering every inch of the walls and strange black pillar at the center. Kind of looks like the one at the crossroads, but smaller. We had a bureau member shadowing him, but whatever happened in there did a number on our guests. The docs are taking a look at him, but it's pretty clear Mr. Adventure's exploring days are over. I know we were careful to limit the guy's exposure to the non-ordinary. Drugging him and carrying him through the upper floor was a real hoot, by the way. But we really need to reevaluate our policies on external contractors. Honestly, we'd be better off forming a special division trained in repelling and orienting than subjecting more outsiders to the shit we deal with. They almost always end up dead or loony, Marcus. Okay, what do we got going on here?
The astral plane is cutting into our dimension. What if this happens in the upper floors? It'll destroy the bureau.
These guys have way better aim than... Or at least it seems like they have way better aim than... Oh my god. Always with the inventory management. Okay, I'll get rid of 3s. 4s, I think. Okay. Need some health. Okay. Some way to get up there. Am I going to gain the ability to just
I wish I
fly?
brought him in with me. I could really use my head of research right about now. Marshall? Marshall! You're alive! Wait! It's Jessie! The director!
I don't think she's alive.
Whoa. This place is huge. Marshall? Can you hear me? She was on the hotline, so that person couldn't have been Marshall, right? One problem at a time. Let's see what's going on with that pillar first.
It's in here.
It's been 5 days since we first entered the building. Traversing the interior is dangerous due to the shifting, but we did manage to find a lower cavern that seems structurally predictable, which is a scientific way of saying its walls won't crush us in our sleep. Northmore even made a discovery. A pistol placed on a stone pedestal in front of that strange ebony pillar. Seems like something out of a storybook, except the heroes usually find swords, not handguns. But it is the perfect lure for someone like him. Hours after finding this weapon, Northmore cornered me to spout some nonsense about how the board had made him the director. He ran it about the title being meaningless before now, calling Father and all other previous directors shams, frauds, and worse. I think this place is worse for Northmore than it is for me. Strangest thing? There was no pedestal in front of that pillar a day ago. This building has swallowed a dozen of my men, and now it's handing out presents? Is it playing some sort of game? If it is, we're most certainly losing. Oh, we don't even know the rules.
Okay. Where are we going? Do I want to enter it? Left self, right weapon. Only one is permitted.
So I can only choose one? I thought I was done with these tests.
Oh man, I'm looking this up. I'm tempted to go for the weapon. Generally in these kind of games, the best defense is a good offense. I'm reading through Reddit. It's actually not particularly useful. So I guess maybe I'll just choose. Okay. Oh. Okay. Okay, so this gives me the ability to make... So this should get me past those gaps, right? And then this lets me destroy the rocks Like the ones that were around the chest I couldn't get into. Alright, I'm gonna take the... Assuming that is correct. There's a hand there. Oh, that's the outlet for the game, or for the gun. Okay. Oh, yeah, I'm gonna do this one. So assuming I understand this... Okay. Do I do something? Grow across the foundation by R1. Aha! Crumble after being shaped? What does that mean? Oh, okay, they have a time limit. Got it. Seems like a pretty generous time limit. Okay, okay, cool. Now we can go. Oh my god. Okay, cool. And then as soon as links us back to the... Ah, damn it. There we go. Okay, cool.
Okay, let's review. This broken pillar is called the nail. It was broken by something, and now the astral plane is bleeding into the foundation, which will destroy the oldest house. Everyone inside. I need to find 4 locks, or keys, or whatever, to stop that from happening. But I'm the director. I've handled worse. This should be simple. Ish. You with me?
I'm with you. I am with you. Alright, screw it. I'm gonna come back later. I'm not gonna go all the way around. Poof. Well, actually, I can check the... Let's see if I can get up there. Okay. Okay, still can't get up there. Nah. I'm good, man. You do you. Oh. Okay, done with that one. Those guys are certainly annoying. Oh yeah, I gotta do that too. Boop. Kill Hiss Rangers using abilities. Sure. Okay. Continue on. Oh. Ley lines. For all my research into the oldest house's ley lines, I still don't understand why they converge here at the base of this pillar. I suppose the simplest reason is that they have to converge somewhere. Occam's razor and all that. But that seems wrong. The esoteric world abhors coincidence. So what is the true relationship between this pillar and the ley lines? Does it act as a magnet, attracting them polar north? Or is there a pillar of a product of focused energies, a sprout nourished by the constant flow of the old house's power? Perhaps classifying that power would provide some insight. However, we currently have no means of measuring or quantifying it. Given time, it may become possible to collect and even harness this energy. On that note, Northmore is bringing in the much-lauded Dr. Gustav Wagner from headquarters in D.C. to aid my research. I suppose this is the way of saying he doesn't trust me to work unsupervised. Let's just hope Dr. Wagner, or Wagner, is as smart as his dearly departed Fuhrer once believed him to be. Okay, I'm going to say it's Wagner. The pillar found at the crossroads is best described as an onyx spike that protrudes from the cave floor like an imposing stalagmite. Despite its aggressive silhouette, the structure has an undeniable allure. Freud would have certainly something to say about the pillar's overly erect nature, but I'm more drawn to Whitmore's essay on dynamic layers, structures. Within structures, the fractal mirror of every being. Given its significant location, I believe the pillar is either at the very heart of the oldest house or an intrusion within that heart. Or perhaps it's like the husk of a seed from which the oldest house sprouted. Trottier wrote, "The greater architecture isn't built, it grows, but then why does the pillar look so different from the rest of this place's concrete walls and rocky caverns? It's easier to see it as an anomaly, a buried artifact, a foreign body, a demonic phallus. I wonder if this pillar is any more welcome here than we are." Okay. Let's mosey on. Interesting. Is there something to destroy if you don't have that power? Or does it take you another way? Warehouse. Reach the base camp. That's cool. So you can probably shoot those. Okay. I do like how generally Remedy games don't throw like every room there's a fight, right? Like there's lots of downtime to just explore, get a beat on your surroundings, complete the ritual in the warehouse. Okay. Oh wow, that's cool. I see you. Okay. So I have a feeling we're just gonna have a lot of things to deal with. What is in here? Okay, so nothing of value is in here. It is just a thing. Can we get up in here? Oh. Maybe? There's a door, but I can't get there. Alright, well. Whatever. Let's get back to doing whatever we're doing in here.
Is this a Bureau ID badge? Looks so old. Hope will definitely want to see this.
Put that out of the mission.
Days now spent inside what we're calling the oldest house. Northmore's. I'm not sleeping well. Per orders, me and my research team have established a permanent examination lab in the Foundation. I basically live down here now, like the obedient head of research Father raised me to be. I spend my days investigating that odd pillar where Northmore found the handgun. The work was half-hearted at first, I admit. But then I discovered numerous non-Aristotelian energy channels converging at its base. Ley lines, dragon roads, Hylogalinian, call them what you want. But this pillar is the crossroads. I started building something. Equal parts talisman and technology. An array that can impose order on the ley junctions. That's the idea, at least. You'll see when I'm done. I prefer to work away from the pillar. I'm not the only one who feels like that thing has eyes.
Okay. What did that do for us? Knock, knock. It's the director. After numerous attempts, I finally found a way to intercept and contain the ambient energy of the ley lines in a kind of non-Aristotelian, sorry, I'm choking up here. Battery I've dubbed the power core. I admit it was difficult capturing an energy I can barely measure, much less interact with. Luckily, it seems that the porous stone of the Foundation's caverns possesses such conductive qualities. Using stone flakes and copper wire, my power cores collect significant power. My early prototypes collected too much, in fact, but I've since reinforced the container. We don't know yet the repercussions of tapping into the power field. As a precaution, these devices should not be taken outside of the house. Ideally, the Bureau should no longer need to rely on typical energy sources. It's my greatest feat of engineering yet. I've always had an interest in the invention. I like the creativity that it allows, set with the firm boundaries of logic and physics. Father never approved calling it a mundane science. With that in mind, I take it I give this invention to Theodore Ashe Sr. May he scowl in peace. Okay. Okay. Are these dead? They're teaching us new things. I think. I don't know if I'm gonna need it for anything, but just kind of checking out stuff. All right.
Entry day plus 51. Westmore has ordered an all-hands search for objects similar to the service weapon. He claims there are more in the house, though I don't see how he's so certain. He seems strange lately, talking about joining greater causes, and frequently mentioning the pyramid. After pressing him, he finally described this pyramid to me. Inverted, flat, mathematically perfect. Oddly enough, Adam and the other id have shown me numerous inverted triangles painted on the cave walls. Surely there's a connection. I don't see it yet. As far as occult symbols go, triangles are by no means rare. Flood, Levi, Kroll, they used that shape like it was going out of fashion. Standing on their base, triangles signify stability and strength. Inverted on their points, they represent conflict and stagnation. Of course, the orientation is just a matter of perspective. Looking at the pyramid from below gives you one, from above another. Northmore says he looks up at the inverted pyramid. I have to wonder, is anyone standing over it, looking down?
The questions. Love the questions. I do not have any answers. Hopefully I don't need that for anything. Okay, so where's this one? Oh, this is in the research sector. Okay. Are we in expeditions? Is that where we are? Foundation. Research. Maintenance executive. Or is expeditions, is that the jukebox? Come on, give me something good. Yeah, strategic targets. Those sound good. Those are generalized enough. Oh, we're gonna have some fighting going on. If you're giving me traps. Did not mean to do that. Okay. Anything of interest over here? No? I do need to do one of those at some point. I think I only need one left for the achievement.
Phaeton. Not sure she's ready.
I'm here, aren't I? I saved the Bureau once, and I'll do it again.
Meteor Hill. Note, Prokofov mandates 8A. This document has been edited to meet the current administrative standards. Certain terminology may be out of date. The retrieved material is subjected to Fellstrom's array, configuration 74B, but the tests were halted as a matter began to physically elude the equipment. Attempts to constrain the element were made, but under the further stress, it became vaporous. The researchers suffered corrosive injuries prior to their deaths. The child victims at Meteor Hill recounted the material enveloping them in a pleasant manner upon making contact, but when discovered, they were blank and screaming. Bodily changes were perceived immediately: deformities, loss of pigment in the skin and hair. The mental system surfaced in subsequent examinations: confusion, heightened aggression. The Department of Public Knowledge and Diversions gave statements claiming the incident was caused by debris of poorly made Russian satellites, which the public accepted with no complications. The children were sent to the Bureau's recuperation facility in blank to receive help away from society. Okay. It was just a fun ride, I guess. Some up there.
Weird place to leave an ID card, but okay.
I've been going through my library researching pyramids and triangles. If that shape does relate to the board, as Northmore says, then perhaps our predecessors in the occult can offer some insight through their geometric knowledge. In esotericism, the triangle is closely associated with the Holy Trinity and other three-part concepts, past, present, future, mind, body, spirit. Interestingly, the term board also implies multiple parts. The upright triangle in Judeo-Christian imagery indicated ascent to the rational/divine realm. Inverted signify descent to the corporeal human. Naturally, the ascent is masculine and the fall is feminine, Adam and Eve. That's just a bit of old world patriarchy. In 1964 now, and we're well past that silliness. I'll see you in about 60 years. Considering the above, what does the inverted triangle tell us about the board? They're clearly not corporeal or human. Perhaps they wish to be, or they once were. The likeliest answer is simply that theological imagery cannot help us define alien entities. But still, the pyramid seems significant. Shapes have power, and clearly so does the board. Interesting. Interesting. Did he turn the water on, maybe? No? I was just there to look cool. The oldest house has revealed much to me during my months in the Foundation, but many questions remain. Primarily, the tree etchings bewilder me. What is their significance? If the house has changed shape over its lifetime, as I've theorized, then was it a tree in its first form? I sent a team to the Schwartzman building in search of pre-settlement accounts from Manhattan Island. From those, I discovered a single relevant line, and there I found a tree not known to me, the devil twisted within its bark. That line, taken from the fact that certain American cultures believe some trees could offer wisdom and guidance, is indeed interesting. However, it's hardly firm evidence, and though I am now bound to the oldest house, I remain a man of science. Of course, there are numerous ancient beliefs regarding trees, Yggdrasil, the tree of knowledge, Yax Imix Chi. Some cultures offered blood sacrifices to trees, while others claim trees endowed chosen individuals with inhuman powers. Have a chosen champion. Is it me? Man, I feel like the Shooter McGavin one. I feel like I'm coming across all these things that I would like to be able to shoot. Is there a floor below this floor? Always something going on with this game.
Another ID card. For a cartographer.
Oh, I wonder, can I send the thing up? Yeah. Let's go up to the top floor and then see if I can come down. It's weird because it got kind of stuck or something on, or it sounded like it got stuck on a floor. Okay, now the question is, can I get down? Oh, that's the one I put there. It's funny. Okay, so they're closed off. Is that the trick? I know that thing was like messing up earlier. There's only one light on. Yeah, like, is it doing that just to allow you to be able to grab the... So I guess that's permanently stuck in there now? Okay. Not helpful. Does one of these floors have a break in it somewhere? Oops. Quick tunnel access. Okay, and then we got the next one is 3. That's 3. Did I miss something in here? I don't think so. Alright, what am I missing in this joint? I don't think there's anything of value in there. Am I making this? What does the mission say? After getting the shape ability, Jesse is able to access remote areas of the Foundation. Okay. Double check. I don't think there's anything over here, right? It just feels weird. Aha, there we go. Shit, what's the next one? Maybe there isn't one. Okay. Nice. Come here. What are my missions again? Demolition, I just did that one. Kill his guards, and then kill his wisp. Oh, these friggin' guys again. I'm not going to grab anything less than level 5 from now on. Okay, we can go in here. All right. My explorations on the Foundation result in yet another mystery, a fascinating series of etchings on large stone tablets. The tablets themselves are likely not native to the Foundation, seeing as they're slabs of sedimentary stone, quite different from the cave's categorization, defying rock. Their placement and form are also too intentional to be naturally occurring. But who'd brave this place and carry them in, and for what purpose? I discovered a 5-point macro entanglement between the tablets with the pillar at its core. These links seem to extend beyond our level of consciousness to some astral realm I can't detect. Is Northmore's board somehow tied to all this? The etchings on these tables are similarly curious. They differ from the cave paintings in style and technique, so clearly not the same origin. Are they visual narration of some event? Or do they indicate intent, a wish, a plan? They only seem to consist of a tree and a pillar, but the sizes of either are inconsistent. What does that signify? I'm missing my key pieces of this puzzle, and it's unlikely that I'll ever find them. It is dark. Okay, that's also spooky. Alright, let's continue going on up. How long have I been recording? Hour and 14? Okay. Getting close to, but not yet. Oh man, this is... Simmer down. Simmer down. Okay. Sweet. There was no trick there. Elevator machine room. Okay. If I go down and shoot those... Alright, let me look around. Alright, I'll complete this. I'll come back to that later.
Another etching, like the one I used to get in here.
Damn it.
slash key the board told me about?
Let's find out.
Just doing my job.
So yeah, I'm curious what the other.
First one down.
Right.
Director Faden's got this covered.
If I had chosen the destroy. Oh. You need to chill a little bit, you know? It's just a weird room, nothing there, okay. There's nothing here? Alright. I guess they all disappeared. There definitely is something on that first floor for sure. There's a badge in there, so how do I get... Okay, let's do some board stuff. I don't really care about that, but... Collect reward. I don't have charge. Or I don't... Foundation threat. Using spin, kill hiss distorted in the foundation. Okay. Fast travel. Take me to the crossroads. Oh, look who we have. Is that Emily Pope?
Jesse, hey!
Emily.
What are you doing down here, Emily?
What do you mean? You called me down, remember?
I'm pretty sure I didn't.
No, that's right. You didn't. But then, I remember you needing me to come here. I mean, you even told me how to get in. Let's just chalk it up to synchronicity so we can get to work.
She takes everything in stride.
The board called me down here to deal with the situation. The astral plane is...
Colliding with our world, I know. Isn't it fascinating? I never even considered that the astral plane could be a physical volume expanding beyond its dimensional container. The bleed is localized to
Their
this
mouth
area,
animation work is
but its
pretty
growth
rough
rate seems steady.
here.
Given time, it will consume the entire bureau, and possibly beyond.
That's what I'm here to stop. The board told me to fix the nail over there by dismantling 4 locks in the astral plane. Funny, I think it's put itself back together a bit.
So that could be due to the law of inverse exchange. For every associated component you remove, this nail reconstructs. Or possibly some variation of anti-sympathy. Don't worry, I'll look into it. Did you notice all the Bureau infrastructure? It looks like there was a research team stationed down here at some point. Do you think Darling knew about this?
I'd put money on it. That reminds me, have you seen Marshall? She contacted me over the hotline, but then I saw her walking around.
I haven't seen her. The hotline only connects to extraplanar entities. Or dead people. But Marshall's proved time and time again that she's a survivor.
That's exactly what I thought.
Anyway, I've been looking into the minerals growing down here. Have you noticed how they insist on maintaining a certain form? Maybe some sort of a state memory, or they consciously prefer a certain shape?
I think we're on a clock here, Emily. I need to stop the astral bleeding before it brings the oldest house down. See what you can find out from the nail in the meantime. And send out some rangers to look for Marshall. She may be in trouble.
Will do, Jesse. If you see anything interesting, remember to take detailed notes. All the tests I run on the nail keep coming back as nonsense, and a couple of my instruments have already broken.
Maybe we should take that as a sign to back it in?
I didn't take you for a quitter, Dr. Saba. There's a reason I packed a black rock-plated microscope. Jesse, you're back! So did you find anything noteworthy? The original Bureau expedition down here left so much interesting stuff behind.
Like their ID cards. I picked up a weird one. It's pretty old.
Oh wow, look at that. Yeah, I found a few ID cards myself. Or, more accurately, the Rangers found them for me.
Are you starting a collection?
I'm going for the whole set. I kid, of course. But I suppose they are sort of like baseball cards, except for Bureau stuff from the 60s. Hey, the one you found is different than mine. It looks like it's a higher clearance level.
A rare one, then. Want to keep it, Emily?
Yeah, I absolutely do. But I think you should hang on to it for now. High clearance access might come in handy.
Sounds like you have something in mind.
Guilty. See, I've been going through Dr. Ash's notes, or the ones I can find, anyway. Like Darling, he seemed to enjoy hiding his most relevant research. From what I gather, there is another floor beneath the warehouse with a special lab that requires 5 high-level staff members just to access. Here, take this. It's an old skeleton key. Something else the Rangers found. I give them $5 for every useful trinket they bring me.
I'm gonna assume this key is my ticket to that lower floor. And that super secret lab you mentioned.
Bingo bango, as Dr. Darling used to say. Well, keep your eyes peeled for more ID cards around the warehouse. If Ash's notes are reliable, and I'm sure they are, then 5
I think it's
is the
bingo
magic
bongo,
number.
isn't it?
The Rangers have tapped into an old radio network they found around the Foundation. So if you need backup, just call them at one of the stations.
How did the Hiss get into the Foundation?
Same way we did, I imagine. But you need to remember that the Hiss are the embodiment of persistence. Their nature seems to be one of force, to find every possible vulnerability and exploit it. Their only goal is consumption.
I'm sure there's plenty of goodies for them down here. The nail, for instance.
If the Hiss could corrupt the nail, I'm sure they would have by now. It must not interest them in its broken state. They could be distracted by the numerous unknown paranatural materials I'm sure are lying around. These are the roots of the oldest house. The Hiss will find plenty of ways to make trouble.
They're pretty good at that. So you've never heard of the Foundation, huh?
I've never even seen the name referenced. Clearly it's highly classified, but for what reason? The problem with these kinds of closed-off hidden areas is that they were likely sealed for good reason. But now no one is left to tell us what that reason was.
Any guesses why the Bureau would hide something like this?
I only know what I've observed. This place is spatially rigid, which means it doesn't shift like the rest of the oldest house. Before you ask why that is, I have to admit that I'm clueless. There's some signal interfering with my equipment, making it hard to get a clear reading. It's being emitted from the floor. Maybe I should have brought a jackhammer.
The astral plane is already taking chunks out of this place, Emily. Let's not add to it. So let me get this straight. The astral plane is bleeding into the foundation.
Correct.
And that's happening because the nail is damaged.
I'd say it's a bit more than damaged, but yes, that is my understanding.
So what's the connection between the nail and the astral plane?
It's a good question. See, I always pictured objects of power as strings between our plane and the astral. If the nail has a similar relationship, then maybe it's more accurate to think of it like plumbing. Now that the nail is busted, sewage is gushing everywhere.
Not the prettiest metaphor.
Okay.
I should get back out.
The astral bleed won't stop itself.
Do you have more?
Crystals, cave paintings, rust-filled sand. This place is a research gold mine.
Okay.
I should get back.
The astral bleed.
All right. Find the 5 ID cards. Okay, yeah, there's one in the warehouse.
Don't be a stranger.
So, do I... That skeleton key... Yeah, I just want the warehouse, yeah. Does that skeleton key give me access to that door, maybe? Aha.
Another one of those ID cards. Security chief.
Dr. Ash is Chief Excavation Officer. It's my job to support the research team, so I got you a machine for that ridiculous sand research project. However, it's also my responsibility to ensure the safety of my crew. Do you know how many trips it took to get an entire bulldozer down here piece by piece? And do you know how many of my guys we lost in those trips? Here's a hint. Too fucking many. Which brings me to my point. I'm writing you today because of this request from just landed on my desk. Apparently you want a lightweight, quote-unquote, 1 to 2 man military-grade helicopter for the purpose of surveying the vast expanse of columns by air. I bet you didn't even stop to wonder how much time, money, effort, and blood this toy would cost. Well, no, sir, I am sorry, but I will not subject my men to another month of marching through the death trap upstairs. For Christ's sake, these people have families. Not that they ever get to see them anymore. Request denied. Louis McInerney. Oh, look at that. The ball is stuck. Okay, can I call the elevator down? No. Okay, so I got 4 of the 5 cards. Oh, shit. Oh my god. Alright, that was some. Alright, I don't see a... I don't know. Okay, so I need one more card. It's probably up somewhere in the... to retrace the tunnel steps. Okay. Yeah, so we went in there, that got one. Up here was one. Yeah, up in this thing was one. I think there was one in here, maybe? And then this is this area. I don't think there's one down here. Yeah. Okay, well, my guess is I missed it somewhere in the tower then. But I'll go down here and just take a look-see around.
This is the director. I need a ranger at this location immediately.
Oh, that's awesome.
Nice to see a director out in the field.
That's cool. What are my things again? Hiss guards, hiss warped, and then using kill distorted. Is my dude in here helping me at all? That's a big jump. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna spend a couple minutes seeing if I can find this last card. Bye. Do a quick look on every floor. It's a pretty cool area. I'm liking this DLC. I don't know if it's as visually interesting as the other parts of the game, but there's some cool visuals. Okay, so this goes here. This is floor 3. I guess we'll go through it, do it. Just in case there's something in the tunnel. And it's not here, right? There is a box in there, though. So how do I get this open? Maybe there's not a box? Am I just crazy? Well, it looks like a box to me. Maybe there's a part that I can't find right now. I've got to go do the other part. There's definitely a box in there. Who the hell put those lights up there, you know? Okay, we're back here. Blew up a bunch of dudes in here. So screwed. I cannot believe that I survived that. Okay. There's nothing of value in here. Let me just double check. Nothing up here. Alrighty. Oh my god, are you kidding me? Alright, we're just taking the elevator. This thing's driving me crazy though, getting into this. Okay, we saw it on the way up. You would think there would be one up here. Okay, this brings us down here. Okay. Yeah, it might be a good time to take a little break. Oh, wait a second. Can we use my powers on this thing? Oop. Nice. At the last second, coming in clutch.
Excavation engineer. Why did so many people abandon their cards down here?
They got 8. Note, Parakava mandates 8A. This document is edited to meet the current, blah. The paradimensional occurrence consists of 3 sequential sinkholes induced in subterranean implosions revealing foreign material of magnetic qualities. The local chapter of the Youth Science League was participating in an archaeological dig in the hill when the event occurred. Many of the boys were injured, resulting in collapse and touched the magma directly. Bureau agents arrived at the scene 7 days after the incident. Samples of the lava-like material were taken. The area was quickly sealed off from the public at our recommendation. Our aim was to ensure all remnants of the material were rendered inoffensive if the magma descended too deeply into the earth to retrieve. Foul-smelling odors were detected in the area, which were hypothesized being the dissipated elements vapor trail left at the scene. All acquired materials was delivered to Washington for examination. Is this not coming? It sounds like it's like trying to, but good lord, that was slow. That was the second floor. Okay. God damn it. Well, I gotta kill guys with my shield at some point, too. Use the ID cards to access the elevator. Is that in here?
A layer of dust on this place. Nobody's swept here in years. Not even Ati. No way he'd stand for this. There's an elevator, which I'm sure is super safe, in a space in each terminal for an ID card. Which card goes where?
Okay. This looks like an excavator, maybe. This is a cartographer, I would assume. Oh. I guess security or something. Security chief. And stenographer, maybe? Head of research, okay. I can't read what that says. I mean, this could be physics. Or research, what is this? I'm going to say this is physics, just because it's got the little Newtonian balls. And this one's got a picture of everybody sort of standing together. Okay.
Now I just have to get on a rickety elevator that goes who knows how far.
That was a cool puzzle. Easy, not too hard to figure out, but that's okay. At least showed like some consideration and thought had to be put into it, using your surroundings and information.
Still, this lab's way tidier than any of Darling's.
Okay, what the hell are they? That's cool looking. Out of curiosity, I want to see. I know you can do like these assist mode, enhanced enemy aim, damage reduction, okay, and immortality and one-hit kills. Okay, I was curious if can you just completely turn off enemies? That's it? No notes or anything? Some of that steam valve, maybe.
Why would they need such a heavy door down here?
Because we're about to get crazy. Whoa. Man, I took a face full of that laser. And then whatever that explosion was.
This looks like the nail, only
Mini.
A document. Is this in some kind of code? I can't read a word of it. I should take this back to Emily and tell her I got into Ash.
To Dr. Theodore Ash Jr. as Director of Federal Bureau of Control, chosen representative / liaison, benefactor of the greater authority of the board, I demand you immediately withdraw from the Foundation. Prior memos issued broadly to Foundation staff call for swift reassignment of all personnel to the upper levels of the House. All staff complied except you. This demonstrates a lack of respect for my office and the board itself. This is their house, and we are their guests. We should conduct ourselves accordingly. Normally, such insubordination would be grounds for dismissal, but out of respect for your late father, consider this my final warning. The board and director Ash chose me as a successor to the office. No amount of petulance will change that. Indeed, your actions seem to suggest you know better than myself, by extension better than the board. Permit me to assure you that that is not possible. Sincerely, Director Broderick Northmore. Okay, so...
His secret lab.
Excuse me. Okay, one final sweep. Yeah, I don't think I missed anything, but... Alright. That was a cool little encounter. I hate those guys, but... where is this? Crossroads.
Oh, hello, Director.
I found Ash's secret lab.
Excellent. Please tell me everything. Spare no details.
Well, there was another cave. The walls were covered in paintings of eyeballs. The research seemed dedicated to studying a kinda... smaller version of the nail. It looked like the same material as the one up here, but just a different shape.
Well, are you sure you didn't see any functioning prototypes? Or at least some schematics? I mean, Dr. Ash was a very accomplished engineer.
None. Sorry. I did find this handwritten note.
Wow. Ash had terrible handwriting. Never meet your heroes, right? It looks like a transcribed conversation between Ash and someone named F. Ooh. Oh, this is juicy. This'll take me days to parse out. Maybe weeks.
Have you ever thought about taking a vacation, Emily?
Are you kidding? This is my vacation, Jesse. Ugh, I knew I should have brought my carbon dating equipment. It's one of those things you always take for granted. I should get back. The astral bleed won't stop itself.
What would happen if...
Okay, missions. Okay, yeah, I think this is a pretty good place to stop. Now we need to go to the other side. Oh, I do want to check this thing out, though. Okay, cool. These things are just dropping like crazy. Alright, do we have duplicates? Get rid of that. So there is a little variation in them. These two. Oh, those are personal. Okay. Sweet. All right. Mission successful. Let's do some abilities. Yeah, I guess we'll just increase our... Okay, that's... I don't see any kind of thing. I wanted to check that. I didn't see any kind of indicator. That lets me know I'm 4 points away from the achievement. Alright, let's do launch. Yeah, it's if you hold down the... Yeah, right there. But I don't see any... Oh, the reset ability is over there. Okay, it's really small. Oh, and it costs you money to do it. That's why. Well, that's good to know. Good to know. Alright, shield. There we go. And then I want my C's up. Guess maybe I'll do this just so I have it. Oh, I should probably... Oops. Okay. Okay. Corrupted sample. All right, I think this is a great place to stop. Thank you so much for watching. Really appreciate it. And I will see you in the next video.